Hello everybody, welcome to another FNP tutorial. Today I'm just going to be taking you through how to use Guitar Rig, which is a plugin by Native Instruments to make funky sort of wah-wah guitar riff sounds. You hear it a lot in sort of disco music, funk and soul. Yeah, let's get right into it then. I'll just take you through the raw sound as it is so that you can hear what we're working with. So yeah, really simple guitar loop. It sounds quite nice on its own, but if you wanted to make it sound just that little bit more dynamic, then this is a technique that you could use. So I'm going to go in here straight away and just find Guitar Rig. I'm going to have many guitar plugins by lots of things. So here we go. Open it up, and it's a cool plugin because you kind of rack it up, each component up, or like a guitar rig essentially. So you start off with the amplifier, so I'm just going to use the Twang reverb one, which is quite a clean sort of sound, and you hear that now. That's just a bit bright, a little bit distorty. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It's a little bit intense. Okay, cool. So that's nice. And the next thing I'm going to do, this is the thing that's really going to make the difference sound-wise. First thing I'm going to do is use this analog sequencer plugin. So stick that in, and that doesn't do very much in itself, but I'll show you what I mean. You essentially set this to trigger another component, and it almost works kind of like an LFO would. So the next thing I need to find is filters. So this is where you add in the wah-wah tool, and what a wah-wah does is essentially it moves drastically from a really high frequency spike to a really low frequency spike. And it just does that on repeat, so it gives the really like sort of flangey effect. So I'm going to use this real wah, put it in the middle, and then what you do here is you grab this analog sequencer, you drag and drop, and you assign it to the wah-wah plugin. And so you see now that is moving at the same time as that, because that is now triggering that. So let's play what that sounds like. It's going to be quite extreme at this point, but you see how it's moving the frequency. So that's a little bit more extreme than I want. So I'm going to move these steps a little bit closer together, and as you see, this now means that it affects the wah-wah that little bit less. Actually, it doesn't need to be 16. I can have it just as 8 steps. So now you look, it's not really going as far. Still want it to be doing it a little bit though. So now if I play, it's not quite as extreme. So that's cool. I'm going to put it at a slightly different rate though, so that it just sounds a little bit more sort of dynamic. Cool. And now all I'm going to do at the end is add a reverb. At the end, I'm just going to use this studio reverb. And that's essentially it. I mean, like I say, be creative with it. I've just done a really simple technique here. I'll play you what it sounds like sort of in context with a song. So there you go. If you're making disco music or funk or R&B or soul, then that's probably going to be quite a useful tool for you. Yeah, that's it. As always, leave some comments below. If you've got any tips or anything that you want to share, then please do. And otherwise, I'll catch you at the next one. Laters.